Hello, and welcome back to Mythstory and Legends, the channel where ancient myths come to life through storytelling and stunning visuals. In our last episode, we watched as Heracles ingeniously cleansed the Augean stables, not with strength, but with wit and strategy. Today, we dive into a labor that brings us back to the thrill of combat and the supernatural horrors of ancient Greece, the Stymphalian birds. These weren't just any birds. They were deadly man-eaters with beaks of bronze and sharp metallic feathers. Join us as we journey with Heracles to the murky swamps of Stymphalia, where these fearsome creatures roost. Get ready for a tale of danger, ingenuity, and divine intervention. In the heart of the Arcadian highlands lies the mysterious Lake Stymphalia, a place shrouded in mist and legend. Here, the Stymphalian birds, monstrous creatures with sharp metallic feathers capable of piercing armor, made their home. These birds were no ordinary threat. Their droppings were highly toxic, causing crops to fail and spreading disease among the populace. Legends say these birds were sacred to Ares, the god of war, which explained their ferocity and resilience. The locals, helpless against such supernatural foes, turned to Heracles, a hero who had become known not just for his strength, but also for his ability to overcome the impossible. As Heracles approached the infested lands of Stymphalia, the air thickened with the smell of decay and the ominous clattering of metallic feathers. The challenge was clear. He had to eradicate these winged terrors, but how could he reach them in the skies above the treacherous swamp? The swamps of Stymphalia were treacherous, with thick mud that could swallow a man whole and water that hid more dangers than it revealed. Heracles knew that charging in without a plan was folly. This labor required not just bravery, but strategic thinking. It was Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war, who provided Heracles with the means to bring the birds down. She presented him with a pair of bronze clappers, forged by Hephaestus himself. These clappers, when struck, would create a noise so unbearable that it would force the birds to take flight, bringing them within range of Heracles' bow. Armed with his bow and the divine clappers, Heracles crept through the reeds, inching closer to the heart of the swamp. His heart pounded not just with the anticipation of battle, but with the fear of the unknown. This labor was not just a test of strength, but of courage in the face of eerie and unnatural enemies. As Heracles struck the clappers together, the sound echoed like thunder, reverberating through the swamp. Startled, the Stymphalian birds took to the air, their metallic feathers glinting ominously in the scant sunlight that pierced the mist. Heracles, with an archer's precision, took aim. The battle was chaotic. Feathers like arrows rained down around Heracles as he dodged and fired. Each shot from his bow brought down a bird, yet for every one that fell, it seemed as though two more took its place. The air was thick with the clash of bronze and the cries of the dying monsters. Amidst the fray, Heracles felt a surge of adrenaline. He was no longer just a hero performing a task. He was a hunter pitted against creatures of nightmare. With each draw of his bowstring, he felt more attuned to the wild, unpredictable nature of his challenge. The battle, while terrifying, was exhilarating, pushing him to the limits of his skill and cunning. With the last of the Stymphalian birds falling from the sky, silence reclaimed the swamp. Heracles stood alone amidst the carnage, breathing heavily, his body and spirit weary but victorious. The ground was littered with the sharp, metallic feathers of his foes, trophies of his conquest, but also reminders of the thin line between life and death. As he gathered some of the feathers, proof of his victory, Heracles reflected on the dual nature of his labors. Each task, bestowed upon him by Eurystheus, but guided by the will of the gods, was a step on his path to redemption and godhood. Yet, each also brought him face to face with the darkness in the world and in himself. The local people, once terrorized by the birds, now emerged from their hiding places. Their expressions of gratitude were mixed with awe and fear, not just of Heracles, but of the powers that orchestrated these divine trials. The hero had become a legend, but at what cost to his soul? News of Heracles' victory over the Stymphalian birds spread quickly, reaching the ears of King Eurystheus, who was both impressed and intimidated by Heracles' abilities. The hero's reputation grew, but so did Eurystheus' resolve to test him further. The people of Stymphalia rebuilt their lives, free from the terror of the birds. But their tales of the day the sky darkened with deadly feathers would pass into legend, reminding future generations of the thin veil between the mortal world and the realm of the gods. Heracles, now preparing for his next labor, knew that each victory brought him closer to the end of his penance. Yet, the growing challenges hinted at the ultimate test of his strength and spirit. What would be next? Only the gods knew, and they were not yet done with the son of Zeus. Thank you for joining us on Mythstory and Legends for the tale of Heracles and the Stymphalian Birds. Heracles' journey teaches us about the power of resilience and the unpredictability of divine will. What are your thoughts on this labor? Do you think it was one of Heracles' most challenging? Share your views in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more mythological adventures. Next time, we'll explore the seventh labor of Heracles, capturing the Cretan bull. Until then, keep the legends alive.